Okay, let's go ahead and get this scene set up just initially. I'm going to take layer 2, press M for motion options, and we're going to set it to parent layer 1. Layer 1, of course, being the bottle itself, like that, so we can move it around. Okay? Alright, now, we're going to zoom in here. Let's pop up on this guy. And I might want to go in and turn that smoothing down a little bit. So let's start with the lotion and the bevel areas. We don't have any smoothing on yet, but I want to keep this about 30 degrees. Might want to go in later and put a little extra edge in there, a little extra bevel just to sharpen that out. But what we're going to do with this is actually pretty cool. I've got an image here I'm going to use. Let's take the canister real quick and create the surface for this. And I'm going to simply create just sort of like a little bit of a bronzy kind of color first. We'll go in and tweak it in a little bit. Let's get the initial color down. So we got sort of almost a pewter, I guess it would be. Something like that. And let me move this over so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So there's our initial color. I'm going to hit texture for color. And then I'm going to come here to procedural texture. And we're going to add some turbulence, but I'm going to take the size down. 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. And I'm hitting tab to jump through these panels here. And this is actually going to be just a darker version of what we just did. It can almost just be a gray. Oops, sorry, I can't see that. Okay, so just a little bit darker version. And this is kind of what that surface looks like. Right in there, you can see it. Okay, and let's get to our camera view real quick. I'm just going to move my camera. Always helps if you select the camera. By the way, if you want a quick way to get your panels, press tab, hide your panels. I can get to my camera. And then I can just move in. I'll move it like that so we can see it. Hit the tab key again, and you get your panels back. Let's do a quick F9. Okay, so good. There's our little pewtery surface. The size is just about right. I just want to pull that down just a little bit, maybe to about 80%, so it's not quite as strong. Perfect. Okay, so there's our initial pewter surface. Now, what's going to make this also stand out is some reflections, of course. So we're going to go, I don't know, maybe 75, 25, 25, and we'll do 25. Very simple. Environment. Ray trace and backdrop. Let's just do spherical map for right now. And we're going to load an image. And that image we created earlier, I know it's nothing great, but it's going to work for a lot of things. That's why we created it. Just that fractal reflection. Okay. And you can see there it is in there. Now, we could go with a blur or maybe pull that down just a little bit. And maybe keep this about 10%. Bring this back up to about 90. Balance those out to about 100, which is always good. There we go. See? And just a little bit of reflection in there. That's all we need. Okay? You can always go back and tweak it later. Okay, but that's how that surface should look for now. It's almost a leopard surface. Okay, so now that I have that, I can right-click and copy it, go to the bevels, right-click, and paste. And now we've got the exact same surface repeated twice. Flows right in there very nicely. So then what I want to do is go to the bump map layer, like this, and we're going to put a image, a cylindrical image, around those areas, okay? So it's going to be an image map, cylindrical. The image we're going to load is called flourish. And that's going to be able to repeat. Okay, we want it around the y-axis, y being up and down, so we're going to wrap around that y-axis. And at first, we're just going to click automatic sizing and do a render, see where we're at. Okay, and what you see is that that flourish is now covering both top and bottom. Okay, well, I need it to cover this one and cover this one. So let's move on to the next video. I'm going to show you how to duplicate that for both top and bottom.